Okay, this is After Egypt in Action, episode 10, and I'm your host, Terry Davis. So, somebody was talking about misquoting Neil deGrasse Tyson, misquoting people and factual inaccuracies. Yeah, I have a lot of errors. I'm more worried about the programming errors, or errors on what the programs are doing. Anyway, I guess God likes soap operas. You know what's funny? The atheists have been mocking the Christians for being stupid. And you know what justice is? Justice is when the tables get turned, and now the atheists are retards. I think that's funny. I used to be an atheist. I served my time. Anyway, now I act like I was never an atheist. So guess what, atheist? Now you're the... I was going to use the N-word. Anyway, the BBC likes to... They've changed. There was a certain point when they changed. I guess they got proof. But they used to... anything religious was Africa. They talked about, the seances and all that in Africa, and anything spiritual. If you paint it with an African brush, plus they attacked me personally, angels or some shit on the radio. I've been mock executed bunches of times. That's where they paint you into the story. I don't know, Terry Schiavo or other ones. Anyway. I've been through tribulation. Now it's your turn. Sean is probably, I don't know if he's on my side. We're kind of, we usually disagree, but I'm on the side of God, so I don't know what he's doing if he's on the side of Sean, my little brother. I don't know what he's doing if he's on the side of atheists. Anyway, God says, "For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead, and the captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites." Okay, well, the only part that spoke is drink upon the mountain. You have to understand figurative talk. The holy mountain is basically, this program is the mountain. And it's where you meet with God and you do your seance stuff. Oh, don't kid yourself. Tongues, basically, if you get a spirit to talk, you get a spirit to talk. You get the Holy Spirit to talk, that's tongues. You get a Ouija board to talk, that's tongues. You do a seance, that's tongues. Any of these things are tongues. Basically, if your own body does it, that's no different than a Geiger counter generating a random number. God can do forces. So just simplify it like this. God does a force and it communicates. anything that's the general explanation. God does a force and it communicates. That all those things are equivalent. Anyway, Holy Mountain is a poetic way of saying where you talk with God. They had instruments and stuff in the temple. The writing on the wall, they were using Ouija boards and stuff. Anyway, oracle. King Solomon had an oracle in his temple. An oracle is just anything will work. You can use catgut, you can use tea leaves, anything. Turns out the key is you have to do an offering beforehand of praise. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain. Drunk means in Acts 2 when they were filled with the Holy Spirit, people thought they were drunk. Anyway, Jesus said, beware the leavening of the Pharisees. His disciples go, what? We didn't bring any bread? What? Now you have to look at this from a clear-eyed perspective. If someone said, beware the leavening of the Pharisees, you're going to say, what? That's kind of a weird way to talk. Anyway, that's drunk, holy mountain. So shall the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink. They shall swallow down. They shall be as though they had not been. So, actually I do drink, not alcohol, but soda. This is kind of comforting because in one spot it says not to eat on the mountains and not to drink on the mountains, although I think that was something different. Anyway, so the rest of this, just ignore the rest of this. So that's how you interpret it.